So Moon Knight has officially come to an end after 6 weeks, and man, what a ride it was for this newest show that has been included into the MCU as far as all the TV shows that have come out so far. And man, I have to say, guys, this one was a very interesting ride, and I want to know what you guys all thought about this show down below in the comment section. If you liked this show, and if you didn't like the show, let me know down below in the comments. Keep it respectful, and if you liked the show, and if you liked my review, be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you are new to the channel. I would greatly appreciate that. It would help with the algorithm, and it would get people to come and see my review, and basically just extend this conversation about the show, because man, it is so interesting what is going on here, because I've had a very interesting ride with it after these really short 6 episodes. And by the way, when I say short 6 episodes, I mean that in the sense that this is the shortest show out of all the MCU shows that we've gotten so far. No show has gotten less than just about 8 episodes, and so here we are now with Moon Knight, and man, I have to say, I do think it delivered. I really liked this show a lot. Now, the finale, of course, was this morning, and I have to say, I felt a little underwhelmed by the finale. Even though I did like the finale, let me be clear, I very much liked the finale to the show, but I will say, the finale for me, in some cases, may have been my least favorite out of all 6 of the episodes. I did feel a little underwhelmed. There was a lot of stuff in this episode that I really did like. And by the way, I will not be going into in-depth spoilers on the show. I might talk about a few things that do involve a spoiler by the time we get to the end, but I will not touch up on a lot of things. So for the time being, it will be non-spoiler, and then we will go into a few things in a second. So Oscar Isaac plays our main title character in Stephen Grant and Mark Spector, along with Moon Knight. And so I have to say right off the bat, Oscar Isaac is for sure potentially going to get an Emmy nomination for this role. I mean, he is so good here in this show. And look, we already knew that Oscar Isaac was a masterclass actor. This man is so good in this show, and I have to give credit to a lot of the other cast in the show as well. We've got Ethan Hawke, who plays, of course, the main villain, Harrow, and he's also really good, man. I have to give him credit as well. Ethan Hawke is really good as Arthur Harrow, who plays the main villain, who is basically trying to unearth this Egyptian god who could bring about a lot of chaos and suffering to a lot of people. And so I found his character to be very interesting, and of course Ethan Hawke played the role very well. And of course we got a newcomer in, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right, May Calamaway, who plays Layla, who is Mark Spector's wife and love interest. And so she comes in here as well as a newer actress to the scene and a new character, and so I thought she also very much brought it. She was also really good here in the show. I think the acting all around was superb. Everybody did a great job, especially Oscar Isaac, who, like I said, look, I don't know how the Emmys work as much as I do the Oscars, but I have a feeling he could be a dark horse for a nomination come whenever the next Emmys are, so just look out for that in the future. As far as the story goes, I really did like what they did with the story overall in terms of incorporating all the mental health aspects behind these characters that he plays, which is very big. And I know there were a lot of people out there who were saying that they didn't take the mental health stuff seriously. I'm not sure if people watched episode 5 and episode 4 to some extent, but they very much do take the mental health stuff seriously, as well as even in the first 2 episodes, especially in episode 1. They do take the mental health stuff seriously when it needs to be taken seriously. It's not that they have to take it seriously at every one moment in time. If they took it seriously every one moment in time, I'm sorry to tell you guys this, but this show would be depressing as hell. And so I'm glad that they added in some humor along certain different points. And so it made everything feel a little bit more condensed, and it made things feel more tightened up as far as just not making it just such a depressing show. Because if they took the whole DID thing seriously, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it really would have just been a depressing show. And even if Oscar Isaac was playing it superbly, as he did already, I just think that them adding in the Marvel humor like they do with all their projects, it needed to be there. It really did need to be there. I'm glad they didn't take this show way too seriously with the whole mental health aspect. Of course, they did take it seriously when they needed it to, but they didn't do it all the time. So I really do appreciate the filmmakers and the showrunners for really doing a good job on that. And so I think overall, this show, it was just such an interesting ride. And this character, it's such a cool character. The costume, the way he fights and everything, it's so dope. It really is so cool, and a lot of people attest this character to being the Batman of the MCU. I can kind of see that. I mean, obviously he's not even remotely close to the Batman, but he's similar in certain aspects. And so I really liked what they did there with the character. The outfit looks great. And now we're going to potentially dive into a few spoilers. So if you have not seen the finale, and if you have not seen the full show yet, come back to this review in a minute after you watch the full thing. And so now we're going to jump into a few spoilers. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the finale. We do get a post-credit scene, and it is showing what I think a lot of people were anticipating, and that was the reveal of Jake Lockley, who is the third personality of the Moon Knight character that we knew there was a third personality about, but we didn't see him yet. And they finally show him here in the post-credit scene, and I think this officially confirms there will in fact be a season 2, or we could get a movie around the character. I highly doubt we're going to get a movie, but I think they will for sure bring a season 2. You don't put that post-credit scene in the show and not make it seem like there isn't going to be a season 2. There's for sure going to be a season 2 for Moon Knight down the line in the future. I don't know when, but there will be for sure, and I think that post-credit scene confirmed it. Of course, he kills Harrow, and so there's no more of that character. Ethan Hawke, you are no more in the MCU, and I honestly kind of felt that was the way they were going to go with this villain. I had a feeling he was going to be a one-off character as far as villains go. Ethan Hawke, look, Ethan Hawke is a really good actor, and so I don't really think he was going to want to continue playing a character like this forever, and a character like that is not necessarily one that you keep around for that long anyway. And so, yeah, also, this is, I think, if I'm correct in saying this is the first MCU anything, movie or TV show, that did not have a more grandier, is that even a word? A more grand scale connection to anything else in the MCU. I want to say Moon Knight is the first one that didn't do that, as far as, for example, bringing in another character that we've seen before in the MCU and connecting him into the show, and we see like a couple of scenes with him. It didn't do that. This show was strictly its own thing. Yeah, we got some hints as to some other things that we heard before, like not Madrigal. Oh my god, what is the MCU's version of Singapore called? Oh my god, it's slipping my brain, but that was mentioned at one point as well. And so I really appreciate that this show wanted to do its own thing first and foremost before getting this character to connect to anything else, because I got into some arguments with people about it, and I think this show needed to be the first one to just be its own thing, because for one, this is a new character, and for two, only 6 episodes, you really need to develop this character, and so I think they did a good job of that, instead of just incorporating something that we've already seen before and kind of distracting it from the Moon Knight character and the personalities that Oscar Isaac plays as. So I really appreciate that this show did its own thing. It developed this character on his own, and so now in the future, maybe now we can start to see him connect with any other people. I don't know this character that well at all. As I said, I don't read the comics, so I don't really know who this character can connect with in the MCU. So we'll just have to see down the line in the future. And yeah, guys, like I said, I really like this show. I am so looking forward now to Doctor Strange on Friday. I will be seeing it on Friday night, and I will be hopefully get a review out to you guys on Saturday. And so, man, it's a great week for the MCU, guys. I cannot wait. This is going to be so fun. And so, I want to say the next MCU show that's coming out now is going to be the Miss Marvel one. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. See what they do with that. And so, guys, as I said already, if you like this review and you want to see more, be sure to drop a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new and you want to see more of what I have to say on this channel about any shows or movies coming up. And so, yeah, that's going to do it for me. I hope you all have a great day and a great rest of your week, and I will see you all in the next one.